In this video, we are going to look at H2O Wave, which is an open source Python development framework, and it was released recently. It is used to create data apps and machine learning apps without writing any HTML code. So similar to H2O Wave, we also have something called as Streamlit, which is also quite new. And with these frameworks, you can create uh, data apps. So in this video, we are going to create a data visualization dashboard on credit card fraud detection data, and I've taken this data from Kaggle. So I'll put the required links in the description below. So this is what we are going to make today, and we will also look at the code part and understand how we can do this. So as you can see, this is the dashboard that I've created, and this dashboard has multiple cards. So how H2O Wave works. So as you can see, you have a page. So the entire thing is a page, and on this page you are creating different cards. So this is your card, and this is your header, which is also a card. So this is a plot card, and this is a header card. So if you look at the data visualization of the plots, it's quite interactive, and you can, zoom in and zoom out to look at the data, and you can drag it also. Okay. So, and if you want to understand it better, then you can, if you hover one of the categories, it will highlight which category the points are. Okay. And if I click on it, it will make the points disappear, and when I click on this, it will disappear that also. So you can visualize the points on a particular category as well. Okay. So that's how you can interact with the plots that you have uh, made with H2O Wave. So if you click on this, you can save the image if you want. Similarly, I've also plotted a bar plot, and the x-axis is the working, state servant, commercial, associate, and pensioner. And we are making analysis based on whether they are female or male. So you can click on this and understand the data in a much better way. So let's look at the data. So this is the data. I'm not using the entire data set. I'm just using some of the columns and not all the columns, because there are around more than 100 columns in this dataset, and the number of rows are around 30 lakh. So I'm not using the entire dataset, but I'm using some of it, and I'm plotting the data that you're seeing over here. Okay. So if you go at the next plot, you can see this is a point plot, which is size. So based, if the size is greater, the amount is high. Okay. So and here you can drag and change a plot, right? So in this way you can create plots. Similarly, I've also created another stacked bar plot. So if you remove this, you can do some analysis based on these plot. And I also have a line plot. I also have a area plot. Okay. Then I have another bar plot, and this is my line step plot. So this is what I've created using H2O Wave. Okay. So now let's go and look at the code and how we can make this. Okay. So in this video, I'm not talking about how to install H2O, because if you look at the documentation which I have here, it is pretty straightforward, and you can go ahead and follow the steps, step 2, step 3, and you will be good to go, and your H2O Wave would be ready to run. Okay, so I won't be talking about the installation in this video. I'm assuming that you have installed and your Wave is running. Okay, so let's look at the code now. So this is the code that I just showed you, and now we'll just start building it so you'll understand how we can use it. The first thing that I need to do is import the data that I have. So I'm using pandas to import the data. So what I'll do is I'll create a function. Read the CSV file. I have the CSV file in this folder only. Great, and I'll just return the data. Let's capture the data. Let's call it df and load the data. I've taken the data and now my data is in df. Great. Now we need to build. We need to start building our uh, cards. Okay. So as I said, this is a page. So let's create a page first. Okay. So I've created this page. Let's call it demo shrine. Let's say demo EDA. Save this. So site is what I've taken from here. So make sure you import all the necessary ones. So we are not going to use everything here, but we are going to use site and data for this particular video. So I'm using the site from the H2O Wave. Okay, so I've created a page, and once you've created the page, you have to save the page as well. So let's save the page. Save the page also. Now what I need to do is I need to make this particular card. So as I said, this is a header card. So to create a header card, what do you do is a variable card. Now you need to add this card on the page, right? So you have to say page dot add, and this is a header. Let's name it header, comma. Let's say UI dot header. So header card. Great. So I have this header card now. So I'm using the UI now from H2O Wave. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to mention the position where you want to uh, set this card to on the page. Okay. So the basic. So what do you do is you need to say box, and you need to mention where do you want to place it. So if I say 1, 1, 1, and 1, this means it is column, row, width, and height. Okay. So if I say 1, 1, 1, 1, it will be first column, first row, width and height will be equal to 1. Okay. So for this video, I'll just make it similar to the ones that we see here. So that will be first row, first column, width is 5 and the height is 2. Okay. Save this. And let's do the next now. The next parameter that we have is, so if you hover this, you'll see I have box which I've taken. I have title, subtitle, and icon. So the next will be title. So title will be Hacker Shrine Demo Data Visualization maybe, and comma subtitle, say my, that's me by the way, and the icon. So icon. Great. So I've taken this. So the icon that you see is this icon. So there are multiple icons. You can go to the documentation and choose which icon you want. So since we are doing EDA, I'm using the explore data one. Okay, now once we are done with this, maybe we can run our app now and check whether it works or not. So just run this file, control F5, and it's running my file. So it was compiled successfully. Let's go on a browser, and you have to say local host, and it won't be slash /eda, it will be demo underscore /eda, and you have what you just uh, wrote your code here. Okay, so this pretty much works. So we have added this card. So why demo EDA we need to mention after our link? That is because we have said this over here. Okay, so in this way you have to map your URLs. So everything after hash is your URL after this particular port number. Okay, and I'm sure your wave will be running on your command prompt. So if you see your wave.exe is running here, that's why it was able to understand over there. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we'll just plot one of the charts. Let's see which one. Let's go with bar plot, and we will plot this. Okay, so bar plot. So as we have loaded our dataset into the df variable, I'll create another data frame variable which will say df underscore bar equal to, and from the original df I will take some of the columns, and since I said I have a lot of data, I'm going to take only the first 200 rows. Okay, so here I need to mention the column name. So first 200 and the number of columns that I want to work with for this particular data frame. Okay, so let's go to our Excel sheet and let's understand which we should take to plot the bar plot. So let's go for name, income type, copy this, paste it here. Next column will be, let's go for amount, income total, and the last one will be code gender. Okay, control C and save this. So now you have 200 rows and 3 columns in df underscore bar data frame variable. Now we need to add a plot card on the page. So how do we add a card on the page? You simply say, let's say I have a variable v equal to a page dot add, and this will be a bar plot, ui dot plot card, bracket, center. Okay. So let's see what parameters we have in plot card. We have box, title, data, plot, and events. So we will be using box, title, data, and plot. So box. So what does box do? It will give you the. It will, you have to mention the position where you want to place this card on the page. So as I said, it is column. So what we'll do is we'll place it in the first column, but we will go maybe fourth row, and we will go with the height and width as something like this. Okay, so the fourth row, first column, fourth row, width and height equal to 4, comma, enter, and the title. So what the title will be, bar plot, comma, and the next thing that we have is plot, or we have data, sorry, we have data. So data will be data like this, and in this we have to mention uh, the data that we have just used in df underscore bar data frame. So the first parameter is fields, and you say df underscore bar dot columns dot toList. Okay. The second will be rows, df f underscore bar dot values dot to list. Okay, save this. Next will be the plot equal to ui dot plot, and here inside this you have to, let's see what we have. So you have to say, you let's go with marks equal to this, your square brackets, and then plot the ui dot mark. Inside this we will mention what type, inside this we will mention what type of plot we need to make. So open the bracket and you will have type as the first parameter, and that will be interval. Now here you need to mention the x and the y axis with the column name. So if I say x equal to open and then write equal to again, and what do you want in on your x axis? That will be name income type. Copy this here. Okay, and second one will be y equal to again, and that will be the amount income total. Okay, and last will be color, and we will do color based on code underscore gender. Okay, and the last one will be dodge, that we will place it as auto. Control C, control save, sorry. Okay, so this is how we plot our first card, or the first chart, which is a card and placed on a page. So let's run this now. Let's go back to our link and see do we have it. So as you can see, we have that bar plot which is exactly same as this, right? And you can play around with this and understand how your data behaves. Okay, so you can try a couple of other things, like if I remove this and when I go back to my plot now, as you can see, it is different from the way it was before because we have removed dodge equal to auto. Okay, so if it is mentioned, then it will look something like this. If it is not, it will look something like this. Okay, so to understand what's the difference is, if you mention it, it will show two graphs where you can understand the total amount, and here it is overlapping each other. Okay, that's the only difference. So this is how you plot one chart on your H2O Wave script. Okay, so in this way, if you want to plot another one, then you can go ahead and plot your point plots and on all other different data visualization that you want to carry out on your data. Okay, so I'm just going to show you for one, and you can go ahead and uh, check for others. As you can see, I have tried for many different things here. You can go and based on your data you can do some analysis and work with H2O Wave. So what we are doing right now is called a H2O Wave script, and not a H2O Wave app. So the key difference between the two is H2O Wave app is an interactive uh, data app with which the user interacts, but this is just a dashboard, so that's why it's called a script. So we have successfully uh, run the H2O Wave script, and we can create different visualization plots. So if you go to the documentation, you can find many things actually on the examples tab, where you have different plots. So this is a plot which is of interval type. It is stacked and grouped. So this is how it looks, and you can get the code also. So you can change it as per your own data. Okay. So this is what I wanted to show you in this particular video. So you can go ahead and try your own uh, plots that you want to with your own data. Okay. So that's it for this video then. Thank you. If you like a content, please like, share and subscribe. Bye bye.